Came back to Changi. I got there day before Christmas, on Christmas Day, 23rd, 24th of December. Don't know much about the trip coming home. I think we just rested and done what we like. We didn't want to see the scenery. We sort of seen enough of that going up. So, and we got down there to Changi, and they took us in trucks and took us into Changi. And well, a lot of people didn't recognise us. We were, 6, 7, even down to 5 stone. Some of the good ones were, the cooks were all good weight. They weren't bad. They got away pretty good. And yeah, we got down there and they fattened us up for about 3 or 4 months. And they made us build the Singapore airfield. And that was, well, they used to dig the hill away on the one side, put in skips and wheel across the other side, and we'd rock the skips and tip it out and spread it. Well, probably 100 men up there loading them, 100 men unloading them, each gang. So we had one on the airfield, a fellow called the Ice Cream Man. White gloves, white shoes, white socks, white pants, white hat, white shirt, all white, with a 4-foot stick. When they wheeled the skip across, if it left us alone, we would have rocked the skip and put the dirt in the right place. But as soon as he come down, wheeling that stick, as soon as the skips turned up, we'd run the other side, so he wouldn't get him. So because he'd get madder and madder. So eventually we'd put the dirt off on the wrong side that he wanted it. A bit much more work for us because we had to shift the dirt down further so that the airfield could come up to its height. But during the later part after we had air raids, I remember the first plane, October 44, flying over Changi, and after that the big 4-engine bomber, way up, you could hardly see it. This Japanese fighter plane went up, he couldn't go up high enough to get him. But you heard the rat-tat-tat machine guns. I don't know who was shooting who, but I presume it'd be the Japanese trying to bring the bomber down. But they had quite a few fighter planes on the Changi airfield. It was pretty well ready to fly, to travel on then, but we're still putting skips on the far end of it. Well, they had these air raids, and these planes would take off. At this special day, we had to skip halfway across the runway, and a plane tipped it with its wheels and crashed. And damn it did, a couple of days after, the same thing didn't happen. So I saw 2 planes crash on the airfield that were going up to look after our bombers as they were coming around. They didn't always come out of Singapore, they went over, not Changi, a lot of times they went to Singapore, other places that we couldn't hear or see them. But that was a good experience with these planes crashes. And when the peace came, we were told to sit tight. The Japanese had got the armament, they're looking after it. They kept the civilians in control. So that was all right. That lasted about 10 days. And we started to get itchy feet. And of course we knew if we got out we'd get some food. Well, the braver ones probably went out, but I didn't. But anyhow, we came to the time that we were all looking for something else extra. So I went to the Air Force camp, for the Japanese had been evacuated, and I got myself 3 parachutes. And I got 3 parachutes for free. I walked along the road there, somebody had some ducks, and I gave them a parachute for 2 ducks. The parachute in those days was worth £25, and the ducks were worth 25 shillings. So I took the ducks back to the camp, and in the meantime the boats had come in from India with stores on for us. And the reason they were late coming into Singapore after the war, they had all war equipment on the boats. They had to be unloaded and clothing and food put on for Singapore. So that's why it's so late. And when they eventually reached port, and they said, "You're not to go into town." Well, they couldn't hold us. We went there by the hundreds, walked in there, whichever way we could go. And I was with several fellas, my own unit, and we went into town, and Lady Mountbatten was there serving coffee off this big long trestle. Lovely woman she was, greeting us. And some fellas came off one of these boats, Navy boats, launch, and they said, "You want to go out on the boat?" They took us out on the boat, about 8 or 10 of us. Well, they fed us like lords. Anything we wanted, we could have. And they said, "You want to take some food back?" "Oh yeah, we'll take some food back." So they had a wheat bag or a rice bag there in those days, and they filled the bag up. Of course, we went to lift it, when we got off the launch, we couldn't lift it, so we had to take it out. It was only half full. We went back to Changi, and I got back to Changi because we started eating the cheeses and the butters and the whatever was there. Still, the 2 ducks are still in their cage alongside of me. I never ate the ducks, and I never know what happened to them. We got really sick eating all that food. I tell you, it really made us sick. But, oh, we loved it. Beautiful food. Can't beat beautiful food.
Now, can we just go back and look at a couple of things? Do you remember once the Japanese had captured Singapore, you worked out at the Ford Motor Works for a while?
Yeah, Ford Motor, that was one of the work parties.
Yeah.
I think it was at Sime Road. And
you were living at Sime Road, were you, at the time?
We were at Sime Road.
And then you went up.
Yeah, they had Sime Road, Ellen Park,
Havelock Road.
Havelock Road. I was in several camps while I was there. I was at Havelock Road, Sime Road. I was in 3 camps while I worked on Singapore. Well, when I went out there first, we used to salvage all the old motor vehicles that were captured by the Japs from the English. Had them all this big yard, and they used to take the engines out, and they'd tie a Rolls Royce, brand new, tie the body on a rope to a big rubber tree. They put a Marmon Harrington on the top. They pull them apart. Now the engines we had to stack as they were taken out, because they pulled out one end, carried another end. There was 4 men to an engine. No matter what size, 4 men to an engine. So you had to one pole between the 2 of you, and if you got a baby Austin engine, that was beautiful. Weighed about 50 pounds. You got a Ford motor, that was all right, you can manage that. And when you got a truck engine, I tell you what, you really battled to get it there. You probably called for assistance. No, we never had many truck engines, but there were some beautiful cars, pulled to pieces. And another job I had was salvaging from businesses. Now I was a dry cleaner laundry person before I joined the army, and I happened to get into a laundry set up by the Queen Mary. The Queen Mary used to go between England and Singapore in those days, and all the laundry was done in Singapore. They would take off 1 million pieces of laundry, and they would do it, and they'd take off, load 1 million pieces of laundry back on the Queen Mary. And a few hours she was there. But what I had to do, I had to go and pull all this beautiful stainless steel machinery to pieces to be, well, I suppose smashed up or whatever they done. I didn't see it after we dismounted, put it outside. But another time I went to a store, something like Myers and those stores, we had to sort of pack up stuff in boxes. Well, I got a lot of little things there that were very handy during the POW days. Can't think what they were.